We have a situation in Iowa here where the federal government has usurped their authority. Sodomy is against the law on the books this very day, and the Supreme Court has issued a decree, and we have states' rights here. They have no jurisdiction over Iowa, just as they have no jurisdiction over the Constitution in Las Vegas, Nevada. What we are asking for is we're asking for some brave soul to stand up and say that this is wrong. You violated states' rights. We're going to impeach the 5 justices that voted like they didn't have a brain in their head.
Well, I think let's be very clear. The court cannot make law. I got into an argument with Chris Cuomo on CNN the other day because he was trying to say to me, the Supreme Court has ruled, that's the law of the land. I said, no, Chris, it isn't. I've read the Constitution, and the court cannot make law. Now, for 70 years in this country, we have pretended that the court can make a law, and we're supposed to just bow down and surrender the executive and legislative branches to the judicial branch. But Jefferson, Jackson, Madison, Lincoln all said that if you do that, then now we're living under judicial tyranny. I mean, look, it's not that Mike Huckabee is the expert, but I really do think that before I would trust Chris Cuomo, I really would trust Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Jackson, James Madison, and Thomas Jefferson, and John Adams. And all of them made it very clear, as did the constitutional language itself, and I don't believe it's been repealed, that there are 3 distinct equal branches of government. There is a separation of powers, and there are checks and balances. And one of the things that the courts can't do is just to create law, because that's legislative power that is assigned exclusively to the Congress, and the judicial branch can't do that. They can review a law, but it requires that the people's elected representatives pass a law, which has not happened. You say, well, what does that mean? It means that the next president ought to have the courage to say, we appreciate the court decision, but we ignore it because it's not constitutional. There's nothing in the Constitution that gives the federal government the authority to dictate or mandate what the definition of marriage is. And until the elected representatives of the people have decided on this, then there's nothing for us to follow other than thank you for your thoughts and opinions. And in the meantime, get a president who will not allow people to be on the courts when he has an appointment who haven't read the Constitution, and people who will not publicly declare that they do not believe in judicial supremacy and therefore would never try to practice the idea of a judicial tyranny.